All right, guys, we're live. So I was trying to figure out how to use Streamlabs and get my um, video of myself, and then find a way to get some scoreboard from somewhere. So here we are, finally, our first live stream ever on this channel. Um, Hopefully, there's a few people that will join, so I can have some stuff to talk about. Everybody's welcome. Eagles fans, Saints fans, football fans, sports fans, whatever. Um, as soon as like a few people get in the chat, I will start talking about what I think the Eagles need to do in this game and moving forward. So we had I guess, it seemed like to start the game, the Saints got the ball first, and it seemed like we were showing some flashes, something with being able to stop the run, but then giving up a big play, forcing an incomplete pass, and then getting beat for big first down, stuff like that. We finally were able to get off the field and force the Saints to attempt, I think, either a long field goal or the kicker hit like an upright and it went in. And once again, we're not playing complementary football. That's such an easy blitz that the offensive line and Hurts didn't see. Such an easy, such an easy blitz. You got two routes going down the middle of the field. When you have a heavy blitz like that, you should think of looking down the middle, and you had two routes. All right, here we go. Uh, the Saints got the ball back, and it was a play action, and Jordan Davis ended up getting untouched, unblocked, 38 gap. They did a stunt, actually, and Jordan Davis ended up being the one to get through to Derek Carr for like a loss of maybe 7 to 10 yards. Don't know if the scoreboard is showing what's going on. I believe it is a minute late. And I'm glad it's late because I want to be the one to, second and 22, their car back to pass. Ooh, wow. Low, low throw. No way. Garner Johnson. I don't believe he picked that off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, you gotta be kidding me. Nah, I think that's incomplete. So Derek Carr dropped back to pass, and he hit a sinker. He threw a sinker, and one of the Saints wide receivers dove down, or you know, went down on purpose to catch the ball, and he's not touched, but I believe he caught it or dropped it himself, and then Garner Johnson's going down to try to like basically just rip the ball out of the Saints player's hands, Shaheed's hands. Okay, so they kept it an incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 22 now. They hand it off to Kamara on a draw play, and he gets to probably like 35-yard line, close to the 35-yard line. Now they'll be punting on 4th and long. Shout out to Merle Reese for doing what we're doing now. He's an OG. Shout out to Merle Reese, the Eagles' longtime play-by-play broadcaster. Amazing career in general that he's had. I gotta say, that's one of the things I'm proud of as an Eagles fan. I compare, I kind of compare Merle Reese to like Joe Paterno, but Joe Paterno was found guilty or whatever of all what he did, and he passed away. Who knows if that was because of that? But you know, I don't condone what what he did. or what they accuse of him doing. I don't know. If he was found guilty, I'm sure he was. It's just a shame. Liberty Mutual commercial. I love that blonde guy. I think he's funny. I think he's entertaining. So let's see if this is even going down. It's okay. So I can't really see. My eyes can't see that. I think it says 2 minutes and 51 seconds left. I could try to blow that up even more, and I could honestly because it's not like I'm like reacting to a video. It's just me and putting the scoreboard up there. So let's see here. Okay, I gotta unlock it so I can move it and then make it a little bigger. Okay, yeah, I was right. It's 251 left. They're saying, and I'm guessing that's what is left because there's been commercials for like the last 2-3 minutes. Any One Direction fans? The band, apparently old band, One Direction, who has probably been split up. At least 5 years from now. I was watching one of the recommended videos for like The Voice, Britain's Got Talent, or whatever, American Idol, those type of shows, and they basically showed all like the solo auditions of all the kids who ended up being on One Direction, all the people who ended up being the guys who ended up being on One Direction, and I was like, wait a minute, like I never saw who was in One Direction because you know I like that music, but I was more into rock, so I wasn't really looking at that or listening to that music much. All right, Jalen Hurts back to pass. We got a short drive route to Smith. He ends up picking up the first down and maybe 8 to 12 yards after the catch. See, so what I was gonna say, guys, is I was gonna make a video because I thought I was gonna make a video like around this time or maybe a little later, maybe three, talking about what the Eagles need to do, like in this game and moving forward, for this game and moving forward. And I basically thought that, um, shit. Wait a minute. I don't know if my audio is even okay. Hopefully the audio is good. Um, the Eagles just need to make everything simple. They need to go back to the basics. When you hear all what these coaches are saying, oh my God! All right, deep. There was a play action with a deep post route to Goddard. He hit Goddard. You had one-on-one on the safety. It's just a shame when you see a play like that where Goddard's one-on-one on a safety. You know, completely turned around Tyrann Mathieu because Mathieu looked like maybe he thought a corner route was going to be run. Yeah, Goddard. Wow, he's so wide open, man. Too bad he's a tight end. If that was like a slot wide receiver like Jahan Dotson or Covey, that's a touchdown. Here we go. Handoff. Oh, tricked me on it. What the? The camera guy kept on. The camera guy kept on going from like Barkley, and then went back to Hurts because he didn't even know who had the ball in his hands. Like who had the ball in their hands. Crazy. There's Sirianni looking upset. He's looking like he's just upset about you know the season in general, and you should be. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 10. after Hertz picked up no yards on that read option there. We got tight end in motion. Here we go. Dumped it off to the flats to Saquon. Here's what I never understand. Saquon just took it to the flats and he basically ran outside. I don't know why running backs when they catch it in the backfield on the flats. I don't know why they just like try to make a guy miss, but then run out of bounds. So he only ended up picking up 1 yard, where he could have like when you're Saquon Barkley, you're somebody like LaShawn McCoy, you're like McCaffrey, you're Barkley. You have a skill set and toughness to be able to just like bulldoze the guy. But instead, he took that flat. Kudos to Hertz checking it down. But the DB or whoever on the outside there was he was probably playing. They were probably playing either uh, deep zone like a deep third, or they were playing like a soft squat in the cover two. I couldn't really see what the defense was playing in pre-snap, what it looked like they were playing. I looked at the screen too late, so I was only looking at our backfield and our, you know, side of the ball. What makes this Saints game tough is the stadium. It is one of the toughest stadiums to play in, and in my opinion, they're gonna always be they're always gonna be loud and rowdy because I feel like this is the Saints fans show out. So it's almost like you would have thought we were back in 2006 from Hurricane Katrina, and but they just come out like that every game every year, especially at home. Obviously, being in an indoor in a dome, the Superdome. I'm looking at seeing if I'm actually live because there's no reason. There shouldn't be anybody on here. I'm gonna switch over to my fiance's account to see if I'm online. Okay, I am live. It says 0 viewers. Let's see the difference here. So it's about 5 seconds of a delay. Let's see the difference here. Okay, so it's about 10, 15 seconds of a delay. Okay. Third and 9, Eagles inside 11. They're at the 11-yard line. Saints look like they're in one high, maybe playing cover three. Oh my God, it was a pick. Jalen tried to fit it in, and the safety Matthew ended up picking it off. I think what happened there, I would say, is whenever you get one high and the corners were all playing backed off, you think, okay, well, all right, so it was too high. But the way the broadcast was showing it, it looked like there was only one safety because they cut off the other side of the field, so it was too high. It's possible. I mean, you have to know like the safeties that you're going up against because you got to know when you're going up against an elite safety or a safety that likes to basically be a ball hawk. You got to know that the safety is going to want to maybe bait you or play route. So it was too high, and Tyron Matthew was, playing like half the field, but he sat on that route or he came in late to undercut that pass to Goddard down the middle. I would say what happened there, Hurts probably saw too high, and then he thought, okay, the middle linebacker didn't get deep enough in the cover two. He wasn't deep enough in the vert and playing the vert, uh, playing as a vert defender. He didn't play back there enough, so he's probably thinking, I see too high, and the safeties are split. They're playing halves of the field. I got this route to Goddard down the middle, like a deep dagger route, and middle linebacker or linebackers didn't get deep enough, but he probably just stared down Goddard and didn't see Matthew. Didn't, and you have to think it's tough when you have live bullets coming at you, and you have to remember who their best players are when you're going through your drop back, and you're going through everything to throw the ball. Man, that's that. What makes it harder? What makes it more depressing is that we had a pretty good drive on offense, and we ended up not getting any points because Tyron Matthew broke on that pass. I mean, maybe he expected Tyron Matthew, like both the safeties, to split, and he expected Tyron Matthew to keep, like, you know playing over to the sideline, and Matthew just stayed basically where he was pre-snap. Maybe moved slightly over, but then he saw Goddard's route and maybe saw Hurts' eyes and just saw the route and undercut it. You have to know when you're going up against an elite safety, like you have to know everything about them. You got to know, like, are they good enough to undercut that pass? What safety is that? Because when you're playing Madden, it's really tough to when you're having live bullets to know every single play pre-snap. Like, hey, if I'm gonna go to this route, okay, I think it's cover two, but just because it's cover two, you gotta remember it's Tyron Matthew. He can like stay or sit on certain routes. He can like try to be that robber. He can like have the freedom because of who he is to be able to read the play, read the route, and undercut the pass. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's a low scoring game. I'm not surprised the Saints had a long drive. I'm not surprised by a lot of things. I'm not surprised by our defense playing a little better and our offense. I would say we have no points to show for what we've done in this game so far. We have 0 points. It's 3-0, as you can see on the scoreboard. But our offense stalled in the first drive, like right away. But on this drive, it was a promising drive. We got on a 3rd and 9 at the 11-yard line and threw a costly interception there. I'm not gonna be one way or another. I'm gonna be biased. I can no longer make excuses for Hurts. He's not elite when it comes to I would say he's good in a lot of areas. He's my guy. I told people I told people after his rookie season when he took over for Hurts for the last 4 games, I told them like after the first year when he hired a quarterback coach and worked his ass off in the off season, uh, you know there was going to be a night and day difference, and people didn't believe me. And guys like Dan Cilio, they would tell the chat like, "Do you really think just because Jalen Hurts worked out in the off season and with a quarterback coach that it's going to be a night and day difference? Do you really think it's going to be like he's going to improve like he's going to be like so much better?" And he basically Dan Cilio just said he's only going to be maybe 2% better. And I'm thinking to myself, how is that possible to just be 2% better when you're basically going on your own and working your ass off in the off season and hiring a quarterback coach who worked with Tom Brady, because you're not just learning the quarterback position, but you're learning how he was learning how to throw the ball basically the right way for the first time ever in his life. So to say, oh, I only see a 2 to 5%, I'm only going to expect a 2 to 5% difference or change. Like, what is that? And don't get me wrong, I love Dan Sileo. He's right on most accounts, but you have to, as a beat writer, as somebody who is, you know, talking about sports or football, you have to go against the norm, and you have to basically be controversial and be entertaining in any way. I mean, that's why I loved what was it, Undisputed, or I forgot what talk show it was. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, or Skip Bayless and somebody else. It wasn't like I ever watched the show, but I would watch highlights of that show, and I was like, oh, they're so ridiculous and it's funny. But just imagine how boring it would be if you had two sides agreeing with each other. You know, you have to you have to be that prick. You have to be an asshole to get ratings. And just like Dan Sileo said, I mean, you guys may think like I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys may think like um, I'm an asshole or whatever, but you guys are still here. You know, like he'll read the comment section or live chats and he'll say like, "Oh, Dan Sileo, you suck," or "You don't know what you're talking about." Like just talking negatively to him, and but then Dan will just say, "Well, why are you still here, and why are you paying me?" Live super chats, you know. All right, so I believe we got a run for 6 yards there to Saquon Barkley. What I was saying was we need to keep it simple, because so far, if you listen, regardless, if you listen to the press conferences from our coaches, Vic Fangio, Nick, Kellen Moore, our players, they will tell you that, without telling you, they will tell you that they need to basically go back to the basics, because you will hear somebody like Jalen Carter saying like, "Oh well, I just need to, I need to use my hands better, or I need to basically read the offensive line or the formation, the play better or something like that." Keep it simple. If we just kept it simple with our pass rush, right? Instead of having our pass rushers thinking too much and just playing, playing what doing what they've been doing their whole like football life. You know what I mean? Every single one of them would be on the same page. Oh my God, Cubby, my boy. He just got a flat. He just got Hurts just checked it down, I think, again on a 3rd and long. Covey cut it behind the line of scrimmage. There was a guy that looked like was gonna he looked like he was gonna be caught dead to rights. And wow. And they were like in Tampa 2 or something, because that corner was playing in the flats, and he was like trying to bait Hurts a little bit, but he threw it, dumped it off to Covey. Covey made the first guy miss, and he went down the sideline. Well, screen play to Goddard. There it is, tight end screen. But that was more out of a spread formation. I like that. I mean, you got to mix it up though. Every time, just like Nick said, you got to be unpredictable, right? If we go no huddle, and we go to like another thing I say when you're struggling as an offense, going no huddle is great, because you can run 3 4 plays and you're already going to get that team tired, because you're going no huddle. You're not giving them enough time to regroup, and teams aren't going to call a timeout if only 3 or 4 plays have been run against them. So that's smart. Now we're past the 50 here. Hey, we got the ball 3 times. No points to show for. Another. All right, at that point, it looked like the Saints played aggressively, and Hurts dumped it off again to the flats to Goddard, and Yeah, cover zero man across the board. And something I always say in Madden or in football in general, the the thing you can't do is against cover zero or man coverage is throw to the flats. And why is that? Because there's no change in direction. They're not up. They're not running up field. You're not making them. You're basically not making them chase you. Come on, Hurts. Ah, man, the Saints always do a good job of. They always do a good job on third and shorts, third and mediums. The best you have to realize the best defenses. They're not going to get got twice. So they go to a drag route to I believe Smith or Jahan Dotson. I don't know, somebody that looked kind of small. Went to a drag route, and the safety came down late to stop them. Fourth and one right here. Out of gun here. They're okay. Read option. They faked it to Barkley, hit, got it for a first down, picked up maybe 4 or 5 more yards. It was like it was an RPO right there. It was fake handoff to Barkley. It was definitely an RPO because Hurts's eyes were down the middle of the field to try to make the defense think it was like going to be a run. In my opinion, there's got to be a lot more coaching points to defending the RPO. When you see a quarterback's eyes, well, that's the other thing too, right? If you're trying, let's say you're trying to, because there's a lot of things, right? Let's say that was a run. Looking at the defense is going to make them think that um, it's a pass play, right? So Hertz has the ball in his hands and he's looking up at the defense, and then but he's also like pretending to hand the ball off. So, but it was basically with the RPO, you have three things, right? You can keep it, hand it off, or you can hand it off, keep it, or throw it. Um, but I always say with defending the RPOs, if you have a great secondary and you can match up man and man coverage, it's not like you're gonna, you know, an offense is limited with the RPO, meaning you're only gonna have like two routes to throw. Oh my God, no! Hertz just doesn't see the pass rush. He doesn't sense it. At least like when Wentz was playing, yeah, he might have held on to the ball, but he was able to sense the rush. You know, Hertz was backing up to throw, and he was just rolling out to the left because nothing was open, but he wasn't like really trying to get out there. And there was a lineman, big defensive lineman, number 96, that basically came from behind. I thought he was just gonna wrap him up, but I guess I don't know if he got the ball by accident or just stripped it. Um, stripped the ball, and we fumbled it again. So I don't know if that was our third drive. Yeah, that was our third drive. So the next time we get the ball will be our fourth drive. Fourth drive. Oh, man, it's crazy to think that we could be up right now, like at least maybe 13-0, 13-3. Man, if the game was to end right now, okay, let's say this game was to end right now, would we be satisfied of the way we played in this game? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not surprised. The first game, it looked like it was decent, decent performance by both sides of the ball. A little, issues on defense, but the second game was like a better game offensively, but then a horrible game on the defense when it came to stopping the run. So first game, you have a decent performance by both sides of the ball. Second game, you know, we did enough to win, but came up short. But the defense, was terrible against the run all game, and just were Swiss cheese at the end of the game. And this game, we do a little better job defensively getting off the field, however way possible. But now our offense is struggling. We have self-inflicted wounds. Hurts through a pick. That's the thing with Hurts is the negative plays that he has are coachable. It's not like he can't learn from these plays. It's not like he's limited um, as a passer. It's not like he's, you know, it's not like he's what's that guy's name from the Raiders? That big guy. He was like 270, 80 pounds back in the day, where the NFL thought he was going to be a phenom because of how big he was and how he could run and throw the ball. Okay, once again, he Hurts had to. They're showing the replay of that last fumble. Damn, did he just fumble it or did he actually get stripped? Shit. All right, 2nd and 5. They're in I form. Saints are I form. They motion the tight end to the right. Oh God, here we go. See, like the Saints aren't this great because they're just like elite everywhere. They have great players, but they're also using misdirection. They're going under center. They're running the ball. They're using play action. They're using end arounds. They're using bootlegs. They're chipping. They're max protecting when they want to take their shots. They're just being smart about it. It reminds me of the Browns offense last year with Joe Flacco, where I was like, damn, that really gets me in the mood to play Madden when I see shit like that. Where yeah, I'm not gonna blame them. All right, Chauncey's coming to play today, man. He is coming to play. All right, that was a first down right there. Dump off pass to the tight end. See what I'm saying? They go with play action right here, under center. Look like with a fullback. They only had two passing options, Kamara and the tight end. So you do risk having less options out there when you're max protecting. But the defense, the secondary doesn't know that. Okay, they actually go to a run out there, and we stuffed it for a 3 yard loss. Jalen Carter again. See, there are some. I watched a live streamer or an Eagles content creator last night, and he's talking about how he doesn't buy into what Vic Fangio said with saying that, oh, you need to earn the right to rush the passer. Let me tell you why. I mean, I've watched so many press conferences, not only of the Eagles in the last 20 years, but of other teams too. Okay? Every single defensive coordinator will tell you if a team has been above the chains, constantly getting you in tough predicaments, are you gonna be able to rush the passer on a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4? I don't think so. Teams will even try to run the ball against you on even a 3rd and 7. Now, as a coach, I would say by all means rush the passer on 3rd and 7. You know, but like I said, defensive players they're going to start to get in their own head when they're first of all they're going to be gassed, right? Nobody's talking about that. Oh shit, wide open. Wow, I think he just dropped that. Shaheed was wide open. Quinion Mitchell got there at the end late, but it looked like Shaheed just dropped the ball, or Quinion Mitchell. It was a little bit of both. Maybe Quinion Mitchell got there. I can't tell because I think it was because he tried to catch it with one hand. Yeah, it basically he tried to catch it with this hand and it hits him in the bicep and just goes like incomplete. So when it was happening live, it looked like it could have looked like Quinion Mitchell deflected. Oh, that was a 3rd and 9 too. So once again, our defense got off the field. Once again, So here were three things that I was going to say about the Eagles in this game. I was going to say how there's so much going against the Saints, in my opinion, that makes me think they're not going to, kill us. That they weren't going to, like, just score 40 points, right? I'll tell you, one of the things is, I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever seen a team score 40 plus points or even 30 plus points in the first three games of the season. I'm sure there have been teams, maybe Peyton Manning with the Broncos. I don't know, but you know, um, first of all, to score to score, if they had scored 30 points in this game, they would have scored like 120 in their first three games, which I just think, like, I don't think that would have happened, right? Secondly, it's only week, the Eagles only play 2 weeks of football, where one of the games were, you know, played in a bad field, bad turf. And the second game, you know, a little bit of the same, but not being able to get pass rush because, in my opinion, you know, the Falcons were running the ball, and using play action and doing what the Saints have been doing, and blocking up the play actions with chips or max protections. So yeah, that's why it's called game planning. That's why there's strategies. There's the weekly game plan for every team, you know. But on paper, are the Eagles better than the Saints? You bet your ass they're better than the Saints. But you know, right now we are getting in our own way. We got a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. I said this about the defense. I said before the season starts, you know, there was there was a reason to be optimistic. There was a reason to be, excited. But to just pull on the brakes for the first few episodes, because it's not like we have the same team coming back and they're just gonna learn this Vic Fangio system. It's not like Vic Fangio brought any players that he's ever coached on this team. I expected him to bring some players that he coached, but Zach Bond, he never coached. Oren Burks, he never coached. Uh, Jeremiah Trotter, a rookie, not playing. Um, Devin White never coached. So that's the reason why I thought, like, if it had been like some veteran, like good veteran, like linebackers or players that played with Vic Fangio, like, you know, but nobody. The only player Vic Fangio got that he ever coached. Once again, we're going to the freaking flats. On one hand, I'm like happy that Hurts is getting the ball out quick, but on the other hand, it's just like, what is that, like 5 or 6 throws to the flats now? Oh man, and it's almost like they're doing what the fans or media was saying, like talking about how Goddard didn't get the ball much in the first two games. Now they're showing Lane Johnson walking off the field, going back to the locker room. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, that was actually a 2-yard gain. That's bullshit. It looked like a half a yard gain at most. Regular drop back here. Oh man. So Hertz threw a corner route to Goddard, and Goddard didn't have his head turned because Hertz got that ball out. There was a great adjustment by Goddard, but it's a little late over the shoulder. Yeah, first three possessions, -9 yards on the first drive, 66 yards, resulting in an interception, and like 40 something yards with a fumble. So, wow. Man. Once again, it looks like they're blitzing. They drop back, but they bring the safety. The safety goes out. 3rd and 8. Come on, Goddard! Yes! All right, good shit. Wait, that was not Goddard. That was Wilson. Wow, 89. Anytime I see a high 80 number like that, I'm thinking because it looked like double eights, and then when he caught the ball and turned around, it was a nine. And then I was like, wait a minute, 89, big guy, 89. Ah, and then I thought, wait a minute, I know who that is. That's Johnny Wilson. All right, they're in shotgun right here. Two wide receivers. They motion the tight end cross and hand it off to Barkley for a gain of 5 or 6. 4.5 to like 6 yards right there. Let's see what. All right, Hurts is 11-13 for 105 yards and 1 interception. Once again, a lot of that was coming against maybe half the time blitzes. Same formation here. What? Ah, okay. Penalty. Penalty before snap here. Timeout maybe. Oh, it was. It went down a 2 minute warning, and the referees blew the whistle for that because of the 2 minute warning. Warning. Basically, Hurts tried to, I guess, uh, hold the ball, hold the snap, but then maybe decided to hike the ball right at the 2 minute warning. So the referees stopped it. These commercials are seeming long. Like I thought commercials were only like 60 or 90 seconds. I'm used to not watching TV. I haven't had cable since basically right before COVID started, like 2018. So we had Dish, or yeah, we had Dish, Dish Network. Now I remember our last bill was like $120, which is ridiculous, right? So I pay for Peacock, Hulu, Paramount, Paramount Plus, Amazon. I only really watch Hulu and Peacock for my shows and my fiance's show. We're just watching It's Always Sunny and Vampire Diaries, and the commercials are on there at the most are 60 seconds, 90 seconds at the most. But it goes by so quick, because you're talking and whatever. But it just goes by quick. There's times where I'm like, damn, those commercials went quick. I wasn't ready to get back into the show. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I did say before how I would probably pay extra for every streaming app to not have commercials. But to be honest, I like commercials because I would feel less connected to the world if there were no commercials. So. Man, does it just seem like these sports, these what you call it? There's so many sponsors, like right there, Invisalign. Like the officials, like the NFL's the official sponsor for Invisalign, those retainers or whatever. So it seems like every time you buy a product, it's like official sponsor of the NFL, official sponsor of the NFL. Like it could be like Lay's chips, official sponsor of the NFL. Pepsi, the official sponsor of the NFL. Subway, like all these all these companies. And don't get me wrong, shit. If I have my own business, hopefully one day, you know, be as big to be sponsored by even college football. Did we get a penalty? Ah, man. Goddard was holding the block downfield after we threw it quick to Dotson. I kind of like the what I said, where they held the ball and tried to snap it at the 2 minute warning. Because let's say you got a big play out of it, right? Now it would suck if they called it back, right? But let's say you got sacked on that play, and then they said like it never happened because it was a 2 minute warning. It's smart to do that. I've said that years ago too. Teams will do that. It's just in case there's like a negative play, you know. Or it also gives you an opportunity to see what the defense was playing on that particular play. And then if the defense, plays that again, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they did that. They wanted to either draw you off sides, get 12 men on the field, or see what you were going to play on defense, and then run the play again. All right. So that was the time where Hurts rolled out of the pocket and hit Smith there, I believe. Yep. Smith did a good job of getting open right there. I'm telling you, these teams they're playing such great zone defense these last few weeks. Whoa, what happened there? It was like they were showing the next play and then the commercial popped on. That was so weird. Shit. It looked like Hertz was maneuvering around the pocket and stepped up, and then it just went to a commercial. Hopefully that was the same play that they were showing the replay, and hopefully that wasn't an actual live play right there. Like it wasn't actually live. I think it was. Yeah, here we go. Because what if that ended up being a fumble again or an interception? We would have missed it. So we got a first down. Apparently, Hurts scrambled there. Talking about how we both have 3 timeouts. Ooh. Smith wants a penalty on the play there. Are you watching my live stream?
No.
Okay. So somebody's actually watching. All right. Wow, Smith really did a great job right there. Wow. Yeah, it maybe should have been a penalty. Wow, Sirianni looks like an angry guy on that play. He looks angry. All game he looked angry. Even when we were doing good or whatever, he looked angry. Can't hold the ball that long. Well, the ball got tipped, and it still found the receiver Hurts wanted, I believe. Campbell. Oh, we got a Campbell sighting. We got a Paris Campbell sighting. I was gonna say like PJ Campbell. I was like, what? I forgot his first name. Surprise 2-0 starts. I would not say the Saints are a surprise 2-0 start. I have to tell you guys, if you watched my Cowboys, my Saints versus Cowboys reaction, I would tell you that I'm a Derek Carr fan, and I have been probably in his second or third season in the league from there. If it's very hard to compare quarterbacks. If I was to compare, like, the best comparison, to be honest, like I said, if you watch that video when the Saints got Derek Carr, I said it's like they got Drew Brees all over again, and I said that like way before penalties. Hopefully, it's on them. Most like 2 penalties is probably going to be on us. Yep, false start. They try to get them offside. They got to do something, guys. Like with all the rules changes and penalties, they for the penalties they got to do something. Okay, because this is ridiculous right now. They need to do something with the offsides and you know false starts, like the defense off, trying to draw the defense off sides. Like a lot of times they're not trying to do it, but they're getting penalized for just flinching. And I get it. You don't want the defense to get penalized because somebody flinched and it caused you to go off sides. But how many games, the majority of games, are either holding but offsides or. Thank you, Jeremy Daily Films. That's my fiance down there on the live chat. Is that another company that the NFL is the official sponsor of? She's United Way or something. Let me know if you're able to hear the actual game because I don't want you to hear the game. Let me know if you can only hear me and not the game. All right, so shotgun here. Looks like they're playing man coverage. They're playing aggressive one high. Yep, man coverage. Hurts probably just need to verify it. Yep, got our man Goddard. Work, you got to work the tight end sometimes. You know your best matchup can be your tight end. Your tight end's going up against linebackers. You know if that's what it's going to take, Goddard's gonna have a monster game. Let me know, Jeremy Daily Films, if you can hear the broadcast of the game or if you can only hear me talking. Okay. Thank you, baby. How's the scoreboard looking on the screen? I can make it bigger too. But no block. I realized I could block my Eagles logo there. Tell me, did they stop the play again for another penalty? What's going on? The Saints are tired as fuck. Let's take advantage right now. Somehow get this first down. It's 3rd and 7. When you get this first down, 22 seconds left. At this point, I just hope we get three and tie this game up. It is 3-0 Saints. Get this first down or a big play right here if you can. Don't try to go for the touchdown right here. Try to get a safe first down. There you go. Ah, shit. You gotta be kidding me. Do not go for it right here. It would be so stupid to go for it right here. Because even if you got it, I'm just thinking what would Eagles fans think right now? Would we think going for it with 14 seconds left and one timeout? You said you're tired too. Who's tired? I'm not tired. What are you talking about? That's just what my eyes look, like people have a bitch resting face. That's just how I look. So, oh my God, are they going for it? On one hand, being down three at the half, I get it. You are also going to have enough time. You do want to play aggressively on the road. They're going with the freaking try to draw them offside. Oh, I fucking knew it. They faked. They faked the fucking. They faked the brotherly shove or tush push that they call it. They faked the tush push play and they handed it off to Saquon. And I was like, at the last second, I'm thinking to myself, please don't fake the tush push. right here. So we faked the tush push, and they stop us. So we literally have 4 or 5 drives, decent drives, and with 0 points. Why weren't you talking to me? I asked you like what you meant by saying you're tired. Huh? You say I look tired? You are the only viewer, you son of a bitch. What? What? There were two on there earlier. What? Alright, don't you come here, don't talk. I'm doing a live stream. It's halftime. Huh? Okay. 3-0. No, that's not a glitch. The scoreboard didn't move. The scoreboard didn't change at all because no team scored any points. Go. Go. Jeremy Daly Flint Films. What? Subscribe to my fiance. Jeremy Daly Films.
I'm on TikTok. YouTube suck.
Unless you're doing those TikTok live streams, you ain't making money on that. Can you give me a Axe spray? I forgot to spray myself again after the shower. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm saying that on purpose. Yeah, I stink, guys. But I just took a shower. I just forget to put deodorant on right after. Here we go. Kirk Cousins rolling out to the left, hits Justin Jefferson. Wait, not Kirk Cousins. Please.
Why do it live if nobody's watching?
I don't care. They're gonna. It's still gonna be uploaded too. Because consistency. If I get 1 or 2 viewers in this game, next week I get 5. The next week I get 20. The next week I get 50 or 100, showing that I'm consistent. You know. Yeah. Legend Killer 5, official sponsor of Axe. No, was that really you the whole time? Were you the only one live? Were you the only one viewer?
Mm-hmm.
What about now? You're not on it,
No.
and it's still one viewer.
Yourself.
No, it's not going to show me. Don't count me as a viewer. Because it said 0 when I first went live for like 10, 15 minutes. And then 2 came on again. He had to give me the chocolate axe one. It's fine. The other reason I'm doing this live stream too is to just get it out of the way and just, have a starting point. You know, get it out of the way, seeing like use this as like practice or whatever you want to say. So in this game, we shot the Saints down to 3 points. To be honest, I would have said it probably would have been. I would have said maybe we gave up 13 or 17 points the first half, but 3. I would say, if they connect on that deep ball, it's 10-0 right now. And if they, you know, if we don't make a couple crucial stops, it could very easily be 17-0 or 20-0. Look at Dak Prescott, looks like he's going to church. Universal Basic Guys. That's what that show was, huh? Well, Eagles fans. What? Don't tell me it's a show only about Eagles fans. Nah, no way. Oh, that's cool. This green LED light is shining in this area, my setup area, and it made my PlayStation 5 here in the living room look like it was a little green. I was like, whoa, what? Now, I was just gonna go with a regular like white light here, but the blue actually matches more with the Eagles logo because it is more of a bluish green. Who wants that? This, to be honest, is my favorite light when it comes to uh, like ASMR or something like that. It's the one I use. This light was the one I use. It's a. It looks like fire. Yeah, I picked this up at Amazon. If you got, I'll put this in the link. I'll put the link in the description for this LED light. Whenever I shop online, I really try to read all the reviews, um, but I don't just skim through the reviews or just read like the first few reviews. I will click on pictures of the reviews and I will actually go to. So what I used to do in the past and what people probably do is probably skim through the reviews, whether they're good or bad. You're always gonna get like the good ones with a mix of like rare bad ones in there. But what I do now, what I've done the last year, I go to reviews and I'll actually click on like the 1, 2 star reviews and read what the negative reviews are about. And if all the negative reviews I hear are about the package coming damaged because of the mailing process, if that's the only thing I can see, or like they say, oh, it worked, but in 6 months it broke down, well, if I'm buying something for 20, 30, $40, I don't care if it breaks down in 6 months. So, especially an LED light, you know. And the other thing too, if this would have only been 15, $20, I would have said, okay, I don't need any reviews. I would have just been move on because I'm not gonna buy something that cheap too. You guys know that, what you get is what you pay for, and you gotta understand like a company isn't going to just, sell cheap stuff because they gotta pay for materials too as well. You know, it would just be too suspicious at that point. So you get what you pay for. You paid maybe $35 to $40 for this LED light. It even has a setting like if you're listening to music, it will flash and like match the rhythm of the music too. So we got yellow. Not sure what that would be. Lime. That's matches more like the Eagles colors. Matches a little bit more. Light blue. Another shade of blue. What would you call that? Violet.
Blue.
That's not blue. That's purple. Are you blind? Are you blind? Yeah, you guys can't see it because it shows up as white. Any color shows. Most colors show up white, but because of RGB, whatever settings. Where the hell? Ah, I missed it. I got it. I hate when I miss the freaking color because you got to go all the way through like 20, 30 colors to get back to the color you want. That's the only thing that sucks. Okay. There we go. So we got like what kind of looks like Kelly Green. My fiance probably doesn't know what Kelly Green means. No, it's not collard greens. Kelly Green is the name of a shade of green that the Eagles used back in the day. Stop. Put your shirt back on. No, don't do it. Don't. Any Sunny fans? It's always sunny in Philadelphia fans. Me and my fiance would watch that show. At first, it was like pulling teeth trying to get him to watch the show, but he really likes D on the show. He likes D, Dennis, Frank a little bit. Yeah, you know. And I think it's crazy how they literally make fun of like all world current events. They basically they talk about gay people, bi people, trans people, school shooters, like predators, like abortion, abortion rights, like every political issue, the Eagles, hockey, like anything you could think of. Underage drinking, college, like frat house hazing, anything. Like I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Um, Real estate, surrogate, surrogacy, surrogacy, where a woman will hold a baby or get pregnant for parents who can't get pregnant and have a baby for them. So I believe the game's coming back on. Man, if this game, if the second half goes our way defensively, hopefully we only give up like, hopefully we give up a total of 23 points in this game. A total, meaning first half and like the whole game, 23 points. But then that means we got to score 23 points, but it's possible. What I could see happening is us scoring quickly. I've seen so many Eagles games to where sometimes we have great second half adjustments. And right there, we try to overthink it. Here's what's going to happen. What happens when we get into the playoffs and we use the beginning of the season to say, oh, we went for it, we played aggressive, and now we're going to second guess ourselves again later in the year where maybe we don't settle or maybe we settle for points and it comes back to bite us. So Like it worked out with Dan Campbell and the Lions when they were a bad team or when they were trying to find themselves, you know. And then Dan Campbell kept on doing it. And commentators, well, you do what you do what brought you to the playoffs. You do what brought you to the NFC Championship. Yeah, but you saw literally every single time Dan Campbell trying going for two, going for it on fourth down, where it did not make sense. It wasn't like a fourth down or 2 point conversion that made sense to go for it. Here we go. We almost got a first down right there. They might give us the first down. Hand off to Saquon Barkley. He did some slashing and dashing. Right there, we got some good blocks downfield at the linebackers that allowed Barkley to make some cuts there. A lot of these like commentators here, like the on-field commentators, like Pam Oliver, she hasn't changed that much. A lot of these guys, like Saragusa, Pam Oliver, Michael Strahan, like who used to be on the field, like they still look the same. It's crazy that I've been growing up watching them. Barkley getting the handoff, puts his head down, uh, made a 1 yard gain, probably turned into three. There's AJ Brown looking kind of bummed out on the sideline, but then right after that, being all smiles, talking about something. 2nd and 7 right here. Barkley's got 7 rushes for 30 yards. Hurts 18 for 22, 161, and 1 interception. Bad tight end in motion. Fake the handoff to Barkley. Good shit right there. Give it to. Oh, man. Seems like the field has been making guys slip here. Barkley catches it, try to make a move, but he slips a little bit, goes down on his knees. 3rd and 4. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, let's keep it simple. Go back to the basics. Hopefully we take checkdowns, but too many checkdowns. But he had the time. Nobody was open there, so a lot of teams are doing a great job with their zones, and I thought that's the best way to play us. You know, okay, Barkley, it's a handoff. Two defenders come at him, and he pretty much breaks through there for a first down, and possibly more because he used the defender that went low on him, like kind of dove over that defender, or both of them that were there, or used them to propel himself even forward for an additional like 2-3 yards. Hand off the game wheel to the left side, picks up 5.5, 6 yards on first down. There's a late flag there. I'm guessing it's gonna be on the offense. Holding Grant Calcaterra, 81. He held his jersey, held the guy's like chest part of the jersey. A lot of these guys, they got to realize like when you have a running back like Saquon Barkley and the plays designed for the running back to run outside towards the edge, don't hold. Like if the play's designed, if the play isn't getting any yards, don't hold. Like okay, if the play's not getting anything, so be it. But most of the time too, all right. Uh, Hurts went back to drop back to pass, and found Smith wide open down the middle of the field. They were keening the one linebacker and hit him in the big window down the middle, wide open. There's a back shoulder there, thrown a little bit behind him, but Smith turned around and caught it. Hand off to Barkley again. Got another first down, 2 to 3 yards past the first down, 1st and 10. We're past midfield. Man, I feel like the momentum kept on being on our side every single time we're getting past midfield and we're doing a great job of balancing it out, running past, and we get to like the 40 where you have this good feeling, only being down three and possibly tying it or going up every single drive, and then we just settle for no points. This pisses me the fuck off. Like part of me, part of me is really pissed off, and another part of me is like, well, now if the game was to end like this, where it was like great defensive game, but the offense had struggles, it's like, oh, okay, at least we showed something on defense, and offensively we were able to move the ball, but it was just self-inflicted wounds like penalties or fumble or interception or not being on the same page or whatever. But then you would say, okay, the defense, we might not have to worry about the defense now. Hopefully, right there we tried like a college pitch play right there, like a read option, and pitched it to Barkley. This is not the type of defense you run these plays against. This team is not to be fucked with defensively. You got Tyron Matthew. Listen, like I said before, Tyron Matthew has the freedom, and as a safety, he plays aggressively. As soon as Tyron Matthew sees Hurts is taking the ball and just taking off to the right side, he's eyeing Hurts. He has the ability at that where he's playing at the safety position. I hand off to Barkley to the left side, ends up picking up 2.5, 3 yards. It's now third and six. I forgot they got Chase Young. Um, but when you're a safety, strong safety, and you're an aggressive safety like Tyron Matthew, but you just understand so much football as a quarterback or a play caller, you have to know, like, once again, you know, you got to cancel that fucking play call. The Eagles fans are, oh, so that was third and six. When we ran it to the left side, it's fourth and three. Eagles fans are screaming because we're going for it again. At least you should have drawn them off sides. I said, let's draw them off sides on the tush push. We didn't even try to do that. We didn't try to do that now. Here we go, sack. The offensive line got pushed in the backfield up to Hurts, and Hurts tried to wiggle his way out of his own offensive lineman. Tried to get skinny to go through there, just couldn't. Yeah, that's what somebody just said. I don't think he got enough on third down to go for it on fourth down. It was third and six. I thought when we picked up the 2.5, 3 yards, I thought it got us into a third and six. So apparently it was already at third and six. So it made it a fourth and three, probably a long three. Oh man. Once again, the turnovers on downs, like, were we not even in field goal range again? I'm sure we were because we were at the 40 when it was third and six. We pick up 2.5, 3 yards. We're maybe at the 40 or the 37. Who knows? Maybe we were at the 45, but still, if we're at the 42, bring out Jake Elliott. Damn. At least if he missed it, they're not saying, "Hey, Sirianni, why the fuck you go for a long ass kick?" At that point, they would have been, okay, we're giving you a pass on that decision because of what happened earlier in the game. We would give you a pass on going for a field goal, a long field goal there. At this point, I feel like a field goal would be like a breath of fresh air. My God, we would be up like if we don't throw that interception, we'd be up three. We would be up like 9-3 or 6-3 because we went for it right at the end of the half. That was 3 points we could have had. Um, First of all, the tush push, I was like, because we're playing on the road and because they're always going to crowd. the A gap. No team is just gonna let us have the tush push. They're gonna try to stop it, right? And I was like, oh, they're on the road. They're really trying to stop it here. They're trying to get the crowd involved. And I was like, watch it. At the last second, I was like, watch this be a fucking fake, and they're gonna stop us. And I was right. But it was a couple things. Um, the defense knows there's a possibility of the fake tush push, and the other the other part about it, they're playing so good defensively. The Saints, they're holding up in coverage. Oh my God! Mitch almost picked that off. Mitchell almost picked that off. He undercut that out route. Oh my God! How did you go? I think he looked. It looked kind of like he was going to bat it down the whole way, but I thought maybe he went with one hand because he got there late. He went there with one hand to try to like get the second hand, but here we go, outside run to Kamara. Josh Sweat brings him down, but he picks up 6, maybe 7 yards there, 5.5, 6 yards maybe. Third quarter, 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. Third down, third and 5. They just showed it, third and 5. Last 4 possessions all ended up in 0 points. That's what you just said. Well, it was 6 possessions. Literally, the Saints, their receivers are great to the point where they just can run out routes, corner routes. You know, damn. Derek Carr's ridiculous with his accuracy. Wow, Derek Carr, 7 for 14, 51 yards, bro. If they're gonna talk about anything in this game, they're gonna talk about how the defense came out to play, or they're just gonna say the Saints faced, a better team the last few weeks. Oh my God. Oh, here's how you know the Eagles have some bad luck. The Saints screw up the handoff or the play call, and Derek Carr just gives it to Kamara, and the defense still couldn't get back to her. Jeez, to stop the run. Second and 6. Saints got the ball. Wow, so the Saints had 11 touchdowns in the last 2 games, have 0 today. Okay. Here's the other thing, too, right? I just thought about. I said, why don't teams have a lot of fullbacks, use a lot of fullbacks? Start going under center. It's not like the Eagles are the only team that don't go under center. It's crazy how commentators were saying, why do the Eagles not go under center? Because like 90% of the league doesn't. Name me teams that go under center besides the Saints, 49ers, maybe Ravens. I don't know. Drop back in the backfield. I'm surprised the Saints, hey, you got Kamara, 3rd and 3. I would, I'd probably run it with him too. But at this point, if you're the Saints, you're gonna want to play aggressively too. But your defense is holding up all game too, and you gotta know eventually those 3rd and 3 runs are gonna be turned into play actions. So that's why I say, regardless of the score, even if we were up right now 3-0, the Saints are gonna have play action opportunities late in the game. Like if this comes down to a 3rd and 3 later in the game to end the game defensively, we might give up a wide open flat to the fullback, tight end, or running back. So I thought on the punt return, I thought Covey was calling a fair catch, but he, for some reason, didn't. And there were two Saints players next to him, near him, and he slips, falls, doesn't fumble the ball, holds on to it, gets up, and maybe gets 5 to 7 yards. My guy. That's my guy. It's just like when I talk about my greatest all-time wide receivers in the NFL. I'm not gonna go with the obvious Jerry Rice, um, Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss. I'm not gonna go with the obvious guys. My my favorite wide receiver of all time is Keenan Allen. And if I was probably around when Chris Carter was playing, it probably would have been Chris Carter. To be honest, it would have probably been Randy Moss. I was around when Randy Moss played, but I believe he was when was he drafted? Hey Siri, no way it was 99. Let me check. I'm thinking it's 99. 98. Okay. So I was not watching the game at that time yet. I believe I was watching the game 99 or 2000. Started watching the game. I was born in 90, so um, I was born 1990. So I started watching the game like 2000, 2001, and I was Dolphins fan in New York, and it was just a nightmare. At that point, football wasn't football. Being a Dolphins fan, it looked like fucking rugby every week because this is what you were getting. You were getting so many low scoring games. I'll never forget. It was a Dolphins and Steelers game. It was like a really muddy, like rainy game. My favorite player, obviously, on the team was Jason Taylor and AJ Feely. And then AJ Feely ended up going to the Eagles after I became an Eagles fan. I became an Eagles fan because I moved to. I was a Dolphins fan, but I had moved from New York to PA back and forth three times. And then there was a game. All right, hand off to Barkley, and he tries to hurdle the defender. Wow, that should be a penalty on there. Like he gets pushed again after he went down. So Barkley had like 6, 7 yards before he was touched. He tried to hurdle a defender to maybe get the first down, and it only got him to get like a yard short. Saquon Barkley, 13 rushes, 58 yards, 4 receptions for 9 yards. I say never play Eagles players in fantasy. You just never know. You just don't know. Probably going to give us the first, so we're going to be short for inches. Penalty. That late, it's got to be on the Saints. Going to be an illegal formation. That late? I don't know if it's the broadcast showing like the yellow penalty on the screen late, or if it was a late penalty. See, that's the thing. Where you're using so many different formations and RPOs and stuff like that, it's like, do these teams not realize the more formations you use, the worse it's going to be on your players to try to execute without, causing penalties? There we go. All right, Smith came back down. Hurts dropped back to pass, found Devonta Smithers, Malik Willis, nice play action, dump up pass in the flats. I believe that is Josh. Is that Wilson, number 31 for the Packers? Emmanuel Wilson catches a dump off pass out of play action, goes the distance for a touchdown against the Titans. 3-0 Saints, first down, first and 10, third quarter. Third quarter, that is crazy to me. 3:18 remaining in the game. Hike the ball, come on. Enough to Barkley. Barkley, come on! Just don't fumble that ball. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god, he got like, thank god there's no penalties. He got like 30 yards on that play, 25, 30 yards. A handoff there with like 1 second left on the play call. Defensively, if I see like the play clock is going down under 3 seconds, I'm going to stop the run. The whole defense at that point should know that. There's Devin White laughing there on the sideline. Didn't play in this game too. Play action, looking for a deep shot. Hurts looking, check it down. Rolls around, finds Gainwell coming back across the middle of the field for like a gain of 5 or 6 yards. Okay, 8 yards. Second and 2. Looked for a deep shot downfield. I at least liked the shot downfield, but Smith was triple covered on that post route. Jeez. Yeah, they just said great job by Hurts staying alive. That's true. He was doing like a Frank Tarkenton. I would say he's the new Frank Tarkenton at this point. I mean, I wasn't allowed to see him play, obviously. Here we go again. Smith. Penalty, penalty. Uh, Once again, Hurts tried to throw just like that end of the game throw he made last week. He tried to buy time and he forced the pass with a rusher coming at him. But I gotta say, that pass is freaking really good for the pressure being in his face. 12 guys in the huddle. Hopefully that's on the defense. Offense. 22 for 26, 199 yards, and 1 interception. You know, it's tough. They have Chase Young on one side of the field. I don't know who else they have rushing the passer on the Saints, but they have Chase Young on the D line. They have a pretty good D line there. Okay, they're going empty now against what looks like a cover zero. You know they're going to probably drop back, so you got to be really good. I would go outside if it's a slant outside. Okay, they show the drop back. Oh, Hurts. Hurts, you can't be doing that, man. You cannot be doing that. He got the ball off like so damn quick to the point where the running back is running like a curl route or something. Gainwell. But why did you not see the whole defense back out? He was throwing it as if they were still coming. And I understand like the block kick. Here we go. Blocked punt. This is that fucking bullshit now. Whenever you get a block punt against you, you just know this game might be close, but we're losing. That's a black punt. We're losing. That's just JT Gray blocked the punt. I saw like the pressure. I saw them coming on touch. God damn. Like honestly, from special teams, you should never give up ever. That should be automatic, like an extra point. You should never give up pressure on a punt ever. Like, what's going on? We have the best special teams unit in the game. That fucking Kamara, man. He's a juggernaut. That fucking guy. I can't stand Kamara. He's so damn good. He's such a tough runner. The guy is, to be honest, oh my god. Kamara's getting another first down right here. Or inches. I'd rather it be a fucking first down, guys. Come on. Give him the first down. Holy shit, that 62 looks just like Jason Kelsey. What the fuck? He looked just like Jason Kelsey, like under the helmet. It looked like his eyes. He's got the same beard and mustache, like the same facial hair. Uh, oh! They try to go with like a wildcat. Kamara had it. He was a quarterback. He took the handoff or something, and we stopped him behind the line. Saints, what the hell? Why are you running the ball on every third down? Oh, okay. 6-man front. Derek Carr got out of the way. As soon as Derek Carr gets out of the way, listen to me. Like, you need to hike that ball before that, or don't have Derek Carr completely motion out, because now we're getting the ball again. Like, holy shit, that quick right after the punt block. It's probably because they know that they're in field goal range. They're probably kicking the field. But wait a minute, why would they go to a commercial break? Weren't they in field goal range? Wait a minute, that was a 3rd and 1, so that'd be a 4th down. Why are they going this way? Hey man, what are they gonna do now? They go to a commercial and then they're just gonna come back just to kick a field goal and then kick it off and go to another commercial? Come on. First live stream ever. Wow, Kamala Harris is talking about building 3 million new homes, affordable homes. 3 million. 3 million. What's that? 15, 12 million people for 12 million people. That's that's helping out a little bit, but 12 million people out of 8 billion, or and it's not all 8 billion people that need a home. It's probably like 2 billion people. 406 yards per game for the Saints this season. 98 yards today. Nope, short. It looked like he was gonna get it, but then he got turned. They turned his body to make sure the ball didn't pass the first down mark. He got hit in the backfield. That motherfucker kept on going. My God. His legs are the one thing. His legs. He's got the body of, like, I don't know. He's like Adrian Peterson with Thurman Thomas's legs. What the hell's going on? Why do they keep saying it's 4th and 1? They went for it on 4th and 1. That's why they didn't go to the. That's why they went to the commercial break. Do not even bring fucking chains out. I swear to God, this better not be the. Better. Oh my God. I swear they better not get a favorable. No. Yep. Short. Short. Zach Bond. What? Why are you showing Zach Bond? He went through Zach Bond. I told people, listen, styles make fights. The Cowboys, there's a reason why they were soft against the run. They're always going to be soft against the run every week. We are not a soft defense. We just play two bad games. The Cowboys don't have Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. We don't have small 220-pound linebackers. Well, we do, but well, not 220 pounds, but there's no reason why our big ass defensive front shouldn't be able to stop the run. You know, it's keep shit, keep everything fucking base. If we somehow win this game, oh my God. Yeah, you imagine we threw a pick, fumbled the ball, got a punt blocked, had all those turnover on downs, all those stupid play calls for going for it, and we're only down three. I don't want to hear any shit talked about the Eagles defense this week. I don't want to hear shit. Did they deserve it last week? Yeah, they did. But I don't want to hear nothing. We've never been consistent on defense. I don't care if it's been Andy Reid era because I've been a fan of the Eagles from the Andy Reid era. I've seen it in the Andy Reid era. We have not been consistent. Okay, maybe like the beginning of the Andy Reid era, like '99 or 2000 to like 2002. That's when you had Deuce Staley. You had all those great players on defense. You know, everything was great. To be honest, I don't know how those teams didn't win the Super Bowl or even go to the Super Bowl. Ooh, okay. Zach Bond hit the blocker. Blocker got out of the way, and he was able to slow down Kamara on that play. Okay, all right. Smith came back to the ball. I don't know how many penalties we had last week. I think it was like close to 20. I mean, he could have hit Goddard right there for a big gain. They're showing that missed pass from Hurts. Like, I'm never gonna be completely like, I'm never gonna trash Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna be biased and say like, hey, he's missing these guys. He's running when there's no pressure coming. There's a slant right there. Just make it simple, okay? Give these wide receivers simple routes, but like routes like that are gonna beat what the defense is gonna play. If you know the Saints mostly like to play a certain defense, maybe it's one high where it's cover one or cover three. Use simple routes that are going to beat those coverages and make it easy for Hurts to go through his reads. Go another slant, two slants in a row. God damn, dude, this gotta be a penalty. The fucking play wasn't stopped. Are you kidding me? Guys, that's a fucking penalty. Fuck. So Devonta Smith caught the pass, was trying to get yards after the catch. Saints players tried to corral him. Two, three Saints players came, and then one big fat ass from the defensive line came back, fucking hit Smith, and I thought it was legal. But now he's down on the ground. Hopefully he didn't get hit so hard that his neck is like injured, or he has a concussion. I'm always gonna think about the player first, the player safety first, before I think about, oh man, now we're both out, AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Like, but don't get me wrong, that's getting me pissed off too about that now. I said this before the season started. Thank God we signed Jahan Dotson, because other players would say, "Oh no, we're good. We got, you know, all these guys we got." But listen, you don't sign Jahan Dotson because you simply want to upgrade the slot position because you don't believe Covey is good enough. This is because in case of AJ Brown or Devonta Smith getting injured, you don't just have a guy in Jahan Dotson who's going to primarily play in a slot. He can play outside for you. Covey probably can't play outside for you. If Covey's going to play outside for you, you're going to have a certain scheme. You're going to have to scheme him open. Guys like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, they took their sweet ass time at the line of scrimmage. And whenever I see a quarterback, regardless, it could be 80, 90% of the league, just looking around, taking peeks, and then hiking the ball. You can't do that, especially against these great teams. Smith's okay. He's going in the blue tent. That's not a good sign, though. Let me see this. So they hold him up. The whistle should have been blown. Oh, okay. He just probably got the wind knocked out of him. Oh, Smith got hit from behind on the shoulder, like what do you call that bone on the back shoulder blade or whatever in the back. Jahan Dotson's not going to be covered by. Oh, we hand it off. Oh my God, Barkley's going for the touchdown. I don't know what. Oh man, touchdown Eagles, Saquon Barkley. We handed off. I wasn't surprised by that call because at that point, go to your best player. You're down two of your best players. Oh my God. I don't know why. I think like at that point everybody slowed down once they realized they thought Barkley had enough speed there. The Saints started slowing down, and then Barkley started slowing down. I think Barkley was slowing down because he knew he had the angle to score. Like they're chasing him, from behind with the wrong angle, and Barkley is just like running diagonally towards the end zone. I like those Eagles pants. It's like they got this nice pattern on them on the back. 7-3, guys. You can see the scoreboard reflected that. There's Will Ferrell doing a commercial for probably Visa. Oh, PayPal. PayPal. Don't see a lot of PayPal commercials. Here's Peyton Manning with Nationwide Insurance. Peyton Manning. Peyton, he's Peyton Manning. He's a Peyton. He's a painter. Peyton. Modelo beer. I mean, how many NFL sponsors do they have? I'm pretty sure they have Nationwide. They probably have Pepsi, Lay's, USAA, probably because of Rob Gronkowski. Nation made commercial. I mean, nature made. Nation made. Well, number one pharmacist recommended, supplement brand or vitamin brand, but when you read the label, it says like I hate when the labels say like um, it'll say something like not approved or not like or like they're telling you to consult your doctor, but they're selling it over the counter. Like I understand you should still consult a doctor. Whoa, what's this? Murder in a Small Town TV show. Series premiere Tuesday. Wow. Murder in a Small Town. Just saying that, it doesn't like you got to sell that show more, maybe like a different name. I would call it Small Town Murder, not Murder in a Small Town. Or whatever the name of the town is, I would probably say Murder in, like, if it was called Pleasantville, Murder in Pleasantville, you know. Stop kicking it in the damn end zone. Well, it is Shaheed, so yeah, I'm doing that every time. You're gonna get it at the 30. You're gonna have to go 70 yards downfield for a touchdown every time. Smart. Even if we went up 14-3 at this point, I'd still be kicking it there. So Saquon's getting his legs worked on the sideline, like getting what they do with the tools that they got for massaging like their blood on their in their legs or something. Probably their hamstring there. Yeah, at that point, like if you know you don't need to run full speed, don't risk like injuring yourself. Don't run full speed if you got the touchdown. Play action here. Okay. Damn. Okay. Good. This defense, I'm telling you, I told you. Like I didn't say that, but I thought, I think they said longest touchdown run for Barkley in 5 years. Wow. He's not used to that. So, understandably so. Playing with the damn Giants. Oh no. It's like Kamara's gonna want an L match what Barkley did. Fuck. Outside run here. A stretch run to the outside, to the left, to Kamara. Picks up maybe 15 to 20 yards there. See who we got out here. We got Maddox, so we still don't have DeJean in there. We're keeping Maddox in this slot. Maddox is my guy, but oh my god, another play action. I threw it at the threw it on the ground. I'm sure Derek Carr's like, come on guys, like yeah, what did I say? Fourth quarter, it's gonna be play action. What we got? Like we got one run and two straight play action plays. Oh, they try to set up a play action screen. Okay. This is the point where the Saints are gonna lose. If the Saints lose this game, it's gonna be due to coaching. The Saints should not win this game. They don't deserve to win this fucking game. We play a game like this, we get killed. And I swear to God, I'm gonna be pissed off if the Saints end up coming back and winning this game. We finally play. We finally play a full game on defense. At this point, I don't even care if we give up 20 points on defense. We finally play a game that is more. I need to get this shit. I need to hide this. I should have just did that, to be honest. At the end of the game, I'll be going over through the stats. At this point, I think Hertz probably got like 300 or close to 300 yards. So my stats was gonna be like 322 or 323 yards, three touchdowns, one interception. Hopefully, we get two touchdowns at least because that would mean that we win this game. Two touchdowns will win this game. With the way our defense is playing right now, the way the Saints are playing. And here's why I say, you know, that based off this defensive performance, we should feel like we shouldn't have to worry about the defense, and that's because whatever helped you get back to playing good football and defense in this game, you use that, right? You learn from good, you learn from bad. We learned from playing bad on defense. Now we have a great game on defense, and we learned what we did right. Maybe it was like I said, keeping things simple. You know, this is how we should be playing, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the Saints they wanted to play a different type of game. Maybe they wanted to run the ball more to set up those play action shots. I mean, they were doing it every week, but here we go. Oh, they beat Zach Bond. They threw the ball to Kamara on a probably wheel route. Bond didn't turn his head around, or even this is why I don't understand. Why don't defenders pull their hands up? Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm not even a player in the NFL, and I see this all the time. Every time there's a ball thrown over a linebacker or DB's head, they're not trying to just. I'm not saying attack the ball. Just put your hands up because it might bat the ball down. Got a hold there. Come on. Loss of 2, 3 yards right there. First 10. Here we go. Come on. You shut them the fuck out right here. You go on an 8, 9. You go on a 7 or 8 minute drive, and you take a field goal. You're up by 10, or you're up by a touchdown. But I'm going on one of those signature Eagles drives, running the ball, balanced offense, draining 6, 7 minutes. At that point, I don't care if you take out I don't care if you only take 5 6 minutes off the clock, which would give them 4 or 5 minutes left. Do that, and you kick a and then you get a touchdown to make this a 14-point game because wait 11 points. So it would still be a two touchdown game at that point, being up 11 points because you would need to score decently quick, not too quick, like maybe 2.5 minutes, and then why do they keep showing this play over and over again? It's like the fourth time they're showing it. All right, second and 11, Derek Carr, 9 for 17, 62 yards, and you can't tell me, well, what are Cowboys fans going to say? Oh, Derek Carr, you guys shut him down because Derek Carr turned into a frog or whatever they're going to say. Bullshit. No. If you want to say something, you can say like I said, styles make fights, or the Saints tried to run the ball more, thinking that hey, that would be the better route to go because the Eagles in both games against Packers and Saints were pretty decent in the secondary. It was when they were getting gashed and when they were going play action. Teams were going play action. Deep pass, Slay, no penalties. Shaheed, Slay, shut down. Deep pass to I forgot his name. Double move out and up. Slay did not bite on that, and Slay tipped that ball, got in between both his hands, and tipped it away. And Slay's doing that like, yeah, I run this shit. I run this town. I be running these domes. Oh god, they didn't line up right defensively. Oh, yes, third and 11. I didn't know what down it was. Third and 11. They Brandon Graham was like trying to get out of his position because I think he was inside playing D tackle position, and then last second, right before the snap, before the Saints hiked the ball, uh, Brandon Graham tried to go to the edge, and he tapped Sweat to like rotate. I guess that didn't make sense, but Devin White and Bonner talking, and all smiles there. Oh, they had a field goal range. Damn, I swear to God, man. Yo, imagine if we won this game 7-6. How bad would that be? Defensively, man. Like I said, we could play terrible defense right now, and we'd still be talking about how this defense held up the Saints for 3.5 quarters or 3 quarters. But I'm not surprised. It's like it almost makes it feel like the NFL is rigged because it's like first week only a decent performance on both sides of the ball, sloppy field. Second game, terrible run defense, and they were able to block us up on play actions. Third game, finally get that great play on one side of the ball, but then the other side of the ball, fucking, you know, self-inflicted issues. You just can't escape the news. I can't escape the news. I can't escape fucking politics. Fucking presidential election. Funny, funny thing. I was doing political canvassing this past 2 weeks. Only did 2 days of it. $22 an hour, basically. You know, did like 10 and a half hours. Got like $98. But and I had to do it for Trump. And if there was one candidate I would vote for, it would be Trump. But to be honest, like I'm seeing more Kamala Harris commercials than I'm seeing Trump commercials. And I don't know, maybe they're trying to make it a fair fight. But yeah, basically when I went door to door doing the political canvassing, basically it's like a survey or trying to get them. It was for the Republican side for Trump. Uh, my trainer or whatever, we were going door to door, three of us, trying to get voters to vote for Trump, and I would say it was like 97% Trump supporters, voters in the area, around my area. Out of like, let's see, I did a total. It was there was an app for that, and I believe it was 141 houses, and I think I got down to like 45 left, and I didn't go back to it. Didn't go back to work. I told him I'm done. I got another job. So I did like 90 some houses. Out of those 90 houses, I would say maybe 45, 50 houses. So about half of them opened. Some of them were there, didn't answer. Some of them were there and said, no, I'm not interested. Some of them probably even thought I was not even, there's people who like, regardless of what you're trying to sell or what you want to talk about, they're just going to refuse you. You could be selling cookies. You could be asking who they're voting for or whatever. But basically, out of all the houses I did, there was maybe only like three or four Kamala Harris. There were some that were like, yeah, Kamala Harris, and I know what you're asking me, or I see who you're siding with, and you know, I'm Kamala Harris, and um, and yeah, it was mostly old woman. Um, Even Hispanic people were voting for Trump. All right, so it was Hertz dropped back to pass, and might have been a play action too. Incomplete pass, pressure in his face, threw it in the ground. It's now 2nd and 10. Eagles fans are doing the Eagle celebration. 9:40 left, 10 seconds left on the play call screen. 2nd and 10 at the like 24-yard line. Chase is just a menace. He just bull rushed Jordan Mailata into Jalen Hurts. Luckily, Jalen Hurts was able to see that and roll out to the left for a gain of 5. It's now 3rd and 5. 9:25 remaining. Eagles 1-1. Saints 2-0. Watch how the Cowboys fans are gonna be. Watch what they're gonna be saying. Oh, Derek Carr turned into a frog. That's why you guys were able to shut them down to 2 field goals. I guarantee it. I guarantee you. But do Eagles go on? Do Eagles even go on Cowboys videos and say like, "Oh, you guys faced Tom Brady, blah blah blah, whatever"? Uh, they were just trash on that day. No, like Cowboys fans. Obviously, here's what I say. Wow, dump off pass, crossing route to Goddard there, picked up. He was wide open. Nobody tackled him for like another 25, 30 yards. Ooh, that catch. He like extended his hand out and caught it on the rim. Come on, Hurts. Could be more on the money there. Sirianni being fired up. He was angry the whole game. I don't blame him. Like when you're this good of a team, man, come on. When you're this good of a team, man, I would have been fine, guys. Like I said, like other content creators said, my guy Philly 500. Other guys said, we're fine if we lose to the Saints, but as long as we show some fight, you know, in this game and the second game, it wouldn't be the worst. It wouldn't be the worst thing to show a good outing against the Saints and Buccaneers and still lose both games, be 1-3. At least you have something to work on, something to work off, because the Saints are going to be a great team, still in my opinion. Um, they're probably going to go like The Saints' record this year is probably gonna, without looking at their schedule and knowing that they got to play the South, I'm probably gonna say they're gonna end up being a four, probably six loss team at the worst. At worst, but I'm gonna say more like 3 or 4 losses on the season. So do the math. That's 14-3 or 12 and once again. Okay, damn. Okay, no penalties. Once again, Hurts holding on to that ball but letting it go the last second where he's getting hit or pressure's coming to hit him. And luckily he threw that one out of bounds. That's how you can get your fucking self injured. Like Hurts can't keep doing that. Hurts is basically like he's holding it the last second and he's throwing it, turning his body around, but the defender's having all his weight coming down on his shoulder and his body. Oh yeah, we were in field goal range. Come on, Jake. Oh, 60 against the Saints? No. A little wide right. Oh man, I forgot. It felt like we were winning by a field goal. Like literally, I felt like we were winning by 3 or 4. Shit. I forgot the Saints got a field goal themselves to make it 6 points. Why is this? What's his name? The Saints head coach. Why is he so surprised that Jake Elliott missed it? He's like, he missed it. He missed it. Like, really? How many? I get it. Jake Elliott hit 60-yard field goals, but how many in his career? Like, how many? He's acting like it was a 35-yard field goal. The only time I ever see a head coach getting like so fired up about a missed field goal is when you know it's like a chip shot field goal, and they're like, he missed it. There we go. Deep drop back, play action. Hurts looking, Derek Carr looking to run. Gets 4.5, 5 yards maybe. Damn. Of course, let's add that another thing. All the turnover on downs, the punt block, the field goal. Thank you, Jeremy Daily Films. That's my fiance there. What were you talking about, Bag? I wasn't looking at the chat. What bag are you talking about? How long until the game ends? I told you, like 4:30. I told you, like 4:30. And what were you talking about? A bag? What bag? The T-Mobile bag?
No.
Ah,
Jeffree Star.
yeah. If somebody else asked me that, I would have said, "Oh, my fiance's bag."
Um,
What?
I thought it's already in the fourth inning.
It's in the fourth quarter, yeah.
Yeah, how many minutes?
But I'm
are
still
left?
gonna be talking after the game too a little bit. That's why I said 4:30.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Saints fucking got the ball. Penalty, hopefully on them. Fuck, 5 minutes left and they got the ball. Saints were known in the past for with with Sean Payton getting long drives. Oh my god, it might be on us. Will Ferrell, there was a commercial with Will Ferrell for PayPal. and he had the same exact color for his case, for his phone case. How about that? Huh? Hmm? Heck?
Very.
Oh, did Slay get fucking injured? Oh man. Wait a minute. What are they calling the penalty for? Nobody did anything wrong on either side, on either team. Probably no penalties. I don't know. Maybe players talking to the refs. At this point, if I'm the Saints, yeah, I'd be probably trying to do anything. I'd be pushing Eagles players to try to get them to retaliate because the last one gets penalized. It's bullshit. Always bullshit. It's like in school. If a principal or somebody saw you fight, the first person, they saw the whole thing. The first person punches you, but then you retaliate, and you're the one who gets in trouble. Not even both of you. You're the one. It's not even like they came late to the scene of the crime, late to the scene, and just like, nope. The last one who threw the punch gets fucking in trouble, even though they saw the whole thing. Come on, guys. Yes. Second and 10. Fucking Brandon Graham bull rushing. Brandon Graham bull rushing somebody there. Wait, that was Booker? Holy shit! No way. No way that was Booker. Yo, if that was Booker, we got a gem. And yeah, I mean, no, I will not be doing the Cowboys and Ravens. If I do the Cowboys and Ravens game, they'll probably be like the end of it, fourth quarter or something. That should be the Cowboys should have that game in the bag, honestly. But it is more of a running team that they're facing. So, but well, you know what? Now that I think about it, the Ravens are probably the toughest team the Cowboys are going to face all year defensively. So probably the toughest defense they're going to face all year. I don't know. The Ravens are 0-2 too, so but the Cowboys being 1-2 in Jerry's world, I mean, I don't think that could happen. The Cowboys getting embarrassed for losing both games in a row at home. Well, if you had to tell me one team has more pressure to win, that's tough. 0-3 for the Ravens if they lose. 1-2 for the Cowboys. Carr drop back pass, deep throw down the middle. Olave splitting the safeties. At this point, play more aggressively. Hope that they just settle for a field goal or get a quick touchdown, uh, and try to go down the field and score a field goal or touchdown of your own to win. Damn, beautiful ball. Stop this run. You know they're going to run it. Regardless of what they did the last few plays, you know they're going to run it on first down. They're inside field goal range. God damn, do I need to tell all you teams, all you people, what to do? And it's now like you've seen runs after runs after runs. It's scary as a defensive team. It's scary as a defense to think, oh shit, we still have to stop the run here and it's a play action, we're fucked. They run the ball here, you know, we just happen to be playing run defense. Like, okay, that's tough. It's tough. And being in that position on the field, come on. See, right there, Jordan Davis tried to go into another gap or tried to. I mean, maybe. I think he maybe tried to go after the quarterback. See, safeties were unsure. They didn't come down in the box, too. They're showing that on the replay. Commentators showing that on the replay. Because of the possibility of a play action, they got to stay back a little bit. Under 3 minutes. Run, run. Okay. Oh shit! Who the hell did they got there? Who is that? That fucking running back is huge. Who is that? No gain or a 1 yard loss, maybe. They're showing Slay. He's possibly injured. Okay, 2nd and 10. Like inside the 15. They're at the 11 and a half, 12 yard line here. 2nd and 10, 2:15 play clock, game clock. 3, 2, high card back to pass, deep pass, corner. I think he dropped it. I think he didn't get it in the end zone. Okay, he got it. Fuck. Wide open. Chris Olave on a corner route. 1 feet, 2 feet. Damn. How do you be that wide open, damn? I still don't want to hear shit on this defense. I don't want to hear shit on this defense. Okay, if you're gonna say anything, talk about the last minute, the last drive of this game. We're giving up that touchdown. You know, this is how I thought it was gonna go. After seeing like it being 3-0 for most of the game, I'm like, it's like part of me still kind of like, fuck, I want to win. I still want to win this fucking game. And then, but the other part of me is also like, if we bigger part of me is like, I still want to win this game, obviously. Being so close is pissing me off. Now they're going for two, 12-7. Short. Bond made the tackle. Ball was thrown short. Oh, he went to Alave again? I thought it was like a tight end or something. Okay. I didn't see the 1 and 2. I thought it was like an 82. Okay, they're showing the corner route. Wow. Olave's a real deal. I love you. Come on. So they're trying to say what they would do here on a kickoff. They would say kick it short to have Philly try to return it. You don't ever want to give a team a chance to possibly break one for a touchdown, especially on special teams after going for a long drive here and running so much clock off. Or how much clock they did, 3, 4 minutes, I don't know. 12-7 Saints, 2:03 left in the game. Saints are on the field kicking it off. Saints fans are pumping, celebrating. Yep. I guess that's what they mean. They meant to kick it a little short, have the return from there. Oh! Ah, shit. I thought maybe Gainwell was going to part. The defense looked like it was parted there. All right, Hurts. Here we go. Come on now. Everybody's going to be on the right page here. Let's take a page out of the teams we faced in the past. Let's run the ball. We got enough time here. We probably have 3 timeouts still because we were winning. So I don't think we would have called a timeout. Only if we were challenging something or whatever. But State Farm commercial with Patrick Mahomes and that State Farm guy. Wow, JJ Watt. The hell is this? A beer commercial? Yeah, Miller Lite. Wow, JJ Watt looks great with a wig and a mustache. at this point, would it even matter as an Eagles fan? Like, I would say this to Eagles fans: would it matter if we had a great drive here and got no points? Something happened, like a fumble, or we got stopped. Would would you guys say there was fight there, or would you just say, well, no, it don't matter? I would say it matters. I would say it matters how this drive is played out. Obviously, if Hertz gets hit on the throw again and throws a pick, obviously there's gonna be people rioting and saying that, talking about Hertz or whatever negatively. But if we have a good drive going here, great play calling, great execution, but we get like inside the 10 or 20 and we just can't score, that's more on the Saints, and it wouldn't be on us. It would be more on the Saints. Um, at this point, I don't even know if Smith is back in the game. This game is. Imagine saying 7 points would keep you in the game. I did not think that. I thought it would be low scoring, but I thought it was going to be like in the 20s. There you go, stunts again. They're trying to get the right blueprint there. And you got to Dotson is a guy because he's new to the team. I would be worried about him making a mistake, like fumbling the ball. And Tyrann Mathieu made a tackle, or Lattimore made a tackle on him. Take advantage of them not being set up yet. Come on now. Chase Young backed up. Oh my God, slants. I said make it simple, but come on. Don't tell me it's holding. It cannot be holding with, like, maybe it's encroachment because all the Saints defenders were not set up. Hands to the face defense. Yep, hands to the face. When you don't have receivers open, it's a combination of the play call and, the players empty. Hurts getting sacked. Here's what happens, right? I would not go empty against a defense like the Saints. Their front is good enough. Their safeties are good enough. The Saints are, whenever you have an elite corner and safety, they're gonna master their coverage more than other teams. And they have a decent pass rush. I'm not going empty. Why did the clock stop? The Saints, did we call? Oh, okay, we called a timeout. It's like Eagles fans are just looking down. Yeah, three down linemen, exactly. That's what they're saying. Three down linemen with the possibility maybe of a DB blitz in here. But wow, oh, this is all right. Come on. Back shoulder throw to Goddard, I believe, on the sideline. That was a crazy defense they were doing, setting up out there. Ah, Wilson. Wilson just dropped it, man. It was in his hands, perfectly. 3rd and 16, 116 left. Only 10 seconds left on the play clock. They had Saquon Barkley out. They motioned him back in. 3-by-1, three wide receivers, one tight end. Drag route to Goddard. First down and more! Oh my God! What? Woo! He got all the way to like the 4 yard line. What the hell's going on here? Yo, we're gonna win this game now. Oh, Saints players just ran into each other. Oh my god. I when I saw that I was like at first I was like, motherfuckers, you're going into a drag again. And then once I saw like nobody was there, I was like, play call made so much sense. He ended up getting oh Goddard, oh my god, Goddard's like Goddard kept looking back. He's like, nobody what? He's probably like now we're going down we're going from being down 12-7 on 3rd and 16 with a regular dump off pass to Goddard and on a drag route. He takes it. He was gonna probably pick up the first down regardless if they didn't bump into each other, but because they bumped into each other, there was just nobody downfield to come and make the tackle. They were too far deep downfield. That is something so simple like that is actually advanced because a lot of quarterbacks are going to they're basically taught, hey, only look deep at that point. 3rd and 16. Because here's the thing, I don't think any coach is going to tell you, all right, on 3rd and 16, get a play for 4 yards. No, it's fine. Take that 4 yard pass. We'll go back on 4th and 12. I don't think so. They're okay. We scored. I would say, don't score quick. Here we go again. Now we're forced to go for two, just like they're saying. We're forced to go for two. I like that situation because now we're forced to go for two. It's not like there's a decision to be made. We're forced to go for two. And if we get it, we're still up by a touchdown. If you think about it, we're up by three, which means if they want to win the game, they need to score a touchdown. And if they want to tie, they need a field goal. I'm telling you right now, even that field goal seems like it's a gimme for the Saints at this point. Yes, we just handed off to Barkley. We had a little motion on the play, and we handed off to Barkley. We score. We get the 2 point conversion. It's now 15-12. The Eagles are going crazy. The Saints are, you know, they were after that play to Goddard. The Saints were just like pissed. But to be honest, if I was the Saints, I wouldn't have been pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, them running into each other. If the Saints were who they were back in the day, that would have been part of like a montage of all the Saints fuck ups. That would have been part of a montage of the Saints. But to be honest, like yeah, they ran into each other. Huh? Wow. Everybody was in man coverage. Safety was deep down the field on that pass to Goddard, so Goddard had the sideline wide open. Because whenever the player who has the tight end in man coverage, you know, okay, we kicked it off, high kick in the end zone. They didn't return it, so they're getting it at the 30. Really, I don't know how the kicker groupie is, but whether you're at home or on the road, it's a lot of pressure for a kicker. But if I'm in offense, obviously, I'm playing slightly aggressive. I'm still doing what other teams did against the Eagles because you think about it. Oh, we ran the ball more. The Eagles shut it down because their emphasis was probably to shut the run down more this week to stop play action and stuff like that. Because you shut down the run, you shut down play action too. So, all right, short dump off pass. They get out of bounds. 55 seconds left. Now, here's what you don't want. you don't want the Eagles to play more aggressively now because of what happened at the end of the last game, right? You don't want them second guessing themselves. Yeah, we're forced to go for two because we went up by one. We came back and we went up by one. There's a pass rush. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Looks like there's no penalties. Derek Carr had a good. There was a good rush on Derek Carr. Not sure who it was. Derek Carr's on the ground, just like Reggie Bush was at the end of the Sheldon Brown hit. Wow, Reed Blankenship came down like he was freaking Troy Polamalu there, and he dove for it. Maddox was in coverage on Shaheed on a deep post in a slot. Derek Carr had pressure in his face late, and he heaved it up there. It was low, sinker. Maddox had his back turned, and I believe man coverage from that post route to Shaheed, and it was thrown down low. And whenever a quarterback heaves the ball in pressure, I mean, thank you God. That's an Eagles win. Wow. And like I said earlier, to whoever wasn't on this live stream, watch what the Cowboys are going to say. The Cowboys are going to say, oh, Derek Carr turned into a frog. In that moment, he did, but he didn't turn into a frog all three quarters, all game long. I think it was the game plan the Saints had. The Saints, I think, wanted to attack our run defense this game. Saints players are Saints players are looking down on the sideline, shaking their heads. They're showing the play again. Maddox had his hand. Oh, they're asking if he ever lost control at all of the ball. I mean, he did, but he still had his both forearms under the ball. So the ball never hits the ground. Like it can be moving as long as you don't have any part of the ball hitting the ground. No part of the ball hit the ground. As soon as he gets his hand, let me see this. Okay, so I don't think they can. Yeah, it stands because there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. So game over. So basically, what happened was when he's coming down, right, the ball hits him, but it's like bouncing off both forearms. But then he like holds on to it after that. It basically, you see that like every game with those type of picks. Like no miracle on the Superdome. We don't want that now. Okay. Jalen Carter is like, yo, let's go to the locker room. Let's go. Jalen Carter is jumping up and down. He's like, yo, let's go. And the defensive line coach, I forgot his name from Seattle. He's just like telling Jalen Carter like, yo, hold up. Oh my God. Now you got to say, well, now it looks better. We look better defensively. Offensively, we were able to go up and down the field for the most part. Oh my God, Jalen Carter is like going to the sideline and going to all the fans. He's going crazy right now. And Nick Sirianni and other coaches are telling him to calm down. He's acting like he's on drugs right now or something. Jesus. You can't have that because, you know, you can get a penalty. But it's over. No, he first started going off like to the players. He's like, come on, let's go, let's get out of here. Like so happy. And then all the coaches are like, basically he's kind of being like a bad sport. He's like doing thumbs down to the Saints sideline and players, and then he's looking to the fans in the crowd, and he's like trying to pump them up. And Nick Sirianni was like screaming and yelling at him, getting on him, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, well, that's a little much there." And it might be because, oh yeah, that's not Atlanta. If it was Georgia, I could understand that. All right, game over. They don't need to snap it another time. There's Barkley, all smiles. They're all going to shake each other's hands. Barkley talking with the. They're showing Barkley a lot, talking to the Saints players, congratulating, you know, them. There's Spencer Rattler and Hurts talking to each other, fist pumping. There's Jeff Stoutland. I never understood like coaches or players celebrating, fist bumping or hugging each other. Like that's a moment for you to have your sportsmanship shown to the other team, not to your own team. Like I get it, maybe you're on the sideline, you don't really get a chance to, celebrate all game long, and the only time but you get to go to the locker room and celebrate. So I never understood, like I said that before, you get to go to the locker room to celebrate, but that's the time for you to, you know, congratulate the other team. And I always said, like, there's so many games that you play in a season. I would be like, if I'm a head coach, what do I say to the other head coach? Do I just always say, "Hey, good game"? I would not know what to say at the end of every game. So I did say I would be going through the stat line here after the game, and I'll just be doing it for like 5-10 minutes because my fiance's been waiting all day for me. If you know what I mean. Dingus McCringus. Okay, so it says Jalen Hurts was. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back to the last page so you guys can see it too. 29 for 38. Can't really show you guys this because it's not a live screen share or whatever. But I'll just be reading you the stats. So Jalen Hurts was 29 for 38, 311 yards, one interception, zero touchdowns. That's fine. My stat line for him was, like I said, 322 to 325 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. I was right with the one interception. I was close with the yards, uh, way off with the touchdowns, but that's what I kind of expect, and not because I think Hurts isn't good, you know, with getting touchdowns. It's just like how games go. Sometimes you hand it off to your running back, especially somebody like Barkley, more. Um, and then when you get close enough to the red zone, it's just like most people don't want you to throw like a quick, like in order to score a touchdown 2 yards away, you have to set something up like play action or something. You can't just like go under center or be in shotgun and just throw flat routes or hitches, curls, stuff like that. You need to set up play action. That's why when I play Madden, and let's say I'm one touchdown away from breaking a record or something with my quarterback or whoever it is, I will force going for it and not slip in a run. I might lose a game because of it. I might go play action on fourth and two, third and one, fourth and one, force a play action, bootleg, rollout at a goal line, against an online opponent or the computer and end up losing the game because I don't get it or whatever. I'm just, you know, but I wouldn't go with a standard quick pass, you know. So 17 carries, 147 yards, 3 touchdowns. Without that big rush from Barkley, I don't know how many yards that would have been, but without that rush, he maybe has like 80 yards on the day. Goddard, 10 receptions, 10 receptions, 170 yards. Hey, I said it. No A.J. Brown, and we lost Devonta Smith. Your two guys, Saquon and Goddard, had to come through. And, like I said, even if they don't bump into each other, Goddard probably gets that first down or close to it. But because they bumped into each other, Goddard basically had the sideline for like 60 yards, 50, 40 to 50 yards. I don't know. So Derek Carr was able to pad his stats a little bit at the end there. 142 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception late right there. And then literally just like Hurts at the end of the last game, had pressure, got hit on the throw or got pressure, late. 14 for 25, 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The one thing I like the most is because I remember the last time we played Derek Carr when he was a Raiders player, Raiders quarterback. And he was like 80%, 85%, whatever. This was when we were giving up 80% completion percentage from quarterbacks. They were looking like, we were making jokes, like they were looking like Joe Montana, Steve Young, Tom Brady. Like they were looking like, we were making them look like they were legendary elite quarterbacks. And I like the fact that we held them to almost like 50% throwing and only 1 touchdown, and it had to be late, and under 200 yards passing. I said keep everything simple on offense and defense. Offensively, Hurts has to get it going, get it together. He needs to, he knows how to throw the ball now. He learned how to throw the ball from Tom House, Tom Brady's quarterback coach. Now he has to learn to stay in the pocket more. And I think Hurts is the right type of player, person to want to continue to grow and constantly want to work on his game. Well, he worked on his throwing, the kinetics or whatever you want to call it, the using your body to throw the ball, like having the right platform for how to throw the ball. But now he's got to learn how to work the pocket, and I don't think quarterback coaches really, you know, he really needed more help on how to throw the ball. So the quarterback coach probably made an emphasis more on that. I'm guessing the Giants won, showing that the Giants won. Malik Neighbors was probably the MVP of the game. Makes sense. I mean, I saw Kurt Warner's breakdown of Daniel Jones last week, and there were good things. Oh, that was like an Odell. That was like a Tyreek Hill. I mean, not Tyreek Hill. Tyrese. What was his name? Damn, I don't remember. The helmet catch guy from the Giants. I'm drawing a blank there. So they're showing all the other games. Hopefully, Broncos versus Buccaneers, the team we're going to face next week. Please tell me the Buccaneers won like a close one still. Oh no. Okay. Hmm. this is what I say. Whenever we're facing a team, I kind of want that team to win, but win like a close game or ugly win or something. That way, maybe they're not going to try to get a great game plan against us or really try to use that game to to have a better outing against us. So I want them to have some success before they play us. But the fact that the Broncos shut them down to 26-7, um, hopefully that could mean that maybe we can get some pass rush on them too. You know, Buccaneers were shut down to 7 points. See, let's see what Devonta Smith had before he got injured. So he had 7 receptions for 79 yards. Paris Campbell 2 for 13. Covey 1 for 11. Gainwell 2 for 12. Barkley 4 for 9. There was a lot of dump off passes in the flats. Start like the first half. It wasn't like your typical 311-yard passing game performance because Goddard had the sideline on both drag routes. All that helped. All that did was help us score quick. And Goddard, to be honest, I didn't think about it. I was like, Goddard could have scored there, and I didn't think about it. Maybe he was trying not to score. I wouldn't blame him if that was the case. The Saints receiving core, Chris Olave 6 for 86. I mean, do I even need to talk about it? They only got 142 yards. Carr only got 142 yards. So Camaro 3 for 40. That's terrible. Olave was basically their whole offense, and Camara 26 carries, 87 yards, a 3.3 average. Longest attempt he had rushing was 16 yards. Jamal Williams would have been that bigger back. Okay, he's got 1 carry for -1 yards. That's why I was like, as soon as they were in, they had the ball. Um, they brought a bigger back in. I was like, who is that? Damn, he looks big. I didn't think Jamal Williams was that big. Wow, he looked almost like AJ Dillon. Yeah, Raheed Shaheed got shut down, but he also had 4 targets. So Rashid Shaheed had only 4 targets, but no completions, zero across the board, 0 receptions, 0 yards. What I like about that, it tells me like when you have a guy like Rashid Shaheed, you want to like mix in Slay at times and like your best nickel guys. So if it's Garner Johnson um, in the cover one placed on him, or Maddox, or hopefully Cooper DeJean gets in there, then ooh, that's a great stat. One home, one road opener in back-to-back seasons. Green Bay Packers. Ugh, big deal. Uh, I'm gonna say this win and this play on defense was, I would say, was better. So we just wanted to see a better outing from our defense. But I'm gonna say this was 55-60% Eagles, 40-45% Saints. I would say their game plan, the Saints didn't have the same game plan. They wanted to run it more. You know, they wanted to run it more, and it's understandable because they were in there the whole game. So it's like, why not keep running it? Because you have Kamara, like probably your best player offensively, because Olave is still like a young player. coming into his own, and Raheem Shahid's young too. So Kamara's been there. Kamara's basically the one constant that's been there, and has been your best player, one of your best players for a long time. It makes sense. Put it in his hands, because the guy is a menace. But we just did great things with hitting him in the backfield to slow him down enough just to not pick up first downs and to get turnover on downs and punts and everything. And if I'm a Saints fan, as I say, who had to win this game more? Obviously, the Eagles. Saints are 2-0, looking pretty, you know. So if I'm a Saints fan, I'm just like, well, we still got this high-powered offense, and it wasn't Derek Carr's fault in this game. He threw last, like, it wasn't his fault for his stats or the points that they got offensively. It's just a game plan of running the ball, constantly dump off passes. You know, we did hold up defensively in the secondary. We played tight, played good. When it came to deeper passes, forcing him to go, to his maybe third or fourth read, and that's what you want. Whether you have coverage or rush or both, you want to force a quarterback to go to their third and fourth read. And if you're getting pressure most of the game with them going to the third and fourth read, well, now they're going to be unsure of themselves. They're going to be unsure of the offensive line. They're going to put added pressure on themselves with timing with the receiver. They're going to be like, they're going to be a little. Now they don't have those give me receptions. They don't have those like, oh, pre snap, I'm just going to go here on a, corner route, deep out route, comeback route, or, whatever. I'd like to know if we played more man coverage. It seemed like we played like one high, cover one maybe, man coverage. When you have safeties like Garner Johnson at times, put them in there. Made sense. Maddox in there, Garner Johnson's in there. Slay can sometimes they move Olave in the slot. Slay can go there and play him, or at times they can put like Quinion Mitchell or Slay against Raheem Shaheed. I'm sure they put Quinion Mitchell on him or Slay a little bit. So that's why I said, like, secondary wise, I don't see an issue, but the pass rush, I just said you got to keep it simple. Keep it simple with the pass rush. Find an identity on offense. Use your offensive line. Run the ball. If you want to set up the pass, the run, or you want to set up the run with the pass, find an identity. Keep it simple. Um, call good call good games to get Hurts in the rhythm. Um, you know, get above the chains.